Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 28 of He Said, She Said. I'm your host, Sierra.
And I'm Eric.
And this week we're going to be talking about New Year's resolutions. So we wanted to talk about our resolutions and what some of the common ones are and what the statistics on them are.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting actually looking into it.
Yeah, and I know once this episode gets posted, we'll be about 2 weeks in almost.
Yeah.
But that's all right because we're recording on the 7th. And this is actually kind of perfect so we can talk about our resolutions and how they've went the past week.
Yep.
Speaking of the new year, we have New Year, new products.
Yeah, go click the link in our Instagram bio to check out all those great Earthly products. And new customers receive 10% off.
All right, so I guess I will start us off this week. Quick little tidbit. I feel like we're kind of on the struggle bus today with our recording. Maybe me at least. I switched my chair back again. I'm in the beanbag chair. And so I had to adjust all of my mic and everything lower, and I've hit the table at least 3 times. So I'm sure Eric's going to have a good time editing this.
Of course.
Okay, so my resolutions, I wrote them all down. You know, normally I feel like we don't do resolutions.
No, not really.
I think this is our first year.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. So my first one, I'll just read them all off. And I'll let you guys know how it went and how it's going.
Okay.
So I'm not going to, say one and tell you how it's going. I'll just read them all off. But okay. So my first one was wake up at 5 a.m., no snooze, and I want to do yoga or meditate. And the reason I wanted to do that is because Lark typically wakes up around 7:30. So I wanted to have enough time to kind of do stuff for myself and then shower and get ready and stuff. Read 10 pages of a book each day, work out minimum 5 days a week, spend less time on social media, go to sleep by 10 p.m. and yeah, no more water bottles. I want to buy like a filter system for up here upstairs.
So just like a Brita or something like that.
Yeah, we have a mini fridge up here. There's like a little wet bar upstairs.
Yeah.
As y'all know, we live with Eric's parents. But we have a little mini fridge up here that we could definitely keep a Brita in. All right, let's dive into mine. Or do you want to read yours first?
No. I want to hear how yours have been going.
Okay. So like I said, we're on day 7. So waking up at 5 a.m. I did it for the first 2 days. But the first day I did it, I was like, I was so tired that I didn't even know, I couldn't function. I just stood in our room. I was like, what am I doing? And I stretched a little bit. I did some quick yoga, and then I showered, got ready, and then I cleaned out my closet, my side of the closet.
Mm-hmm.
So that was good. And then Lark woke up, I think around 7:30 that day. So I was able to get a lot done, but I was pretty tired the whole day.
Yeah.
So the next day, I again tried 5 o'clock. And I accidentally hit snooze. I don't really even remember doing that. And I woke up and it was 5:18 and I was kind of mad. But kind of did the same thing again, did some yoga, took a shower, got ready, and then just kind of waited for Alaric to wake up. And then the next day, I didn't. I was like, let me try 5:30. I remember I texted you. I was like, I might need to change this to 5:30. Uh-huh. And then, it just didn't work out. So I was like, well, scratch that. Yeah, the 5 o'clock thing. I see all these. The reason I even chose that is because I see all these TikTok moms. This goes back to spending less time on social media. It's I see all these parents or moms that stay-at-home moms that get up at 5 or 5:30 and they do all this stuff before their kid gets up. I'm like, how? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm usually up for around 5:30 for work.
Yeah, but see, that's a little different. It's when you know you have to be somewhere, I can get up whatever time. But it's I know I don't have to be.
Right.
It's I don't know. So.
Yeah.
Because I think I woke up around 5:30, 5:45 when I was working, especially when you were still on travel.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had to get up at, I think it was actually 5:30. And then I would shower and have to feed him a bottle, do all this stuff. Yeah. So I mean, I can do it. It's just, I don't have to. So I guess
So do you think that's going to be the hardest one for you to stick with?
I've already scratched it. Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Okay.
But I watched a psychologist. She was talking about New Year's resolutions, and she's like, you know what? People go overboard and they make their goal so broad. Like, I feel like mine were pretty narrowed down. Like, she'll be like, I want to eat healthier. Well, it's like, you need to be a little more specific. Like, I want to cut out this from my diet, or, you know, I want to incorporate this.
Yeah.
So mine are pretty specific, and they were specific before I actually listened to her video.
Mm-hmm.
But she was also like, it's also just a goal. Like, if you realize that that's not something that's obtainable, or something that's not like providing any benefit to your life, like, don't feel bad about changing it.
Well, so you mentioned obtainable, and I think that's something else that people really don't realize is a lot of these goals that they set for themselves, they set unobtainable or extremely hard to reach goals.
Yeah.
You know.
And then you beat yourself up and you feel bad.
Right. I think everybody can base judgment off themselves and how they feel, but I think it's very important to set obtainable goals for yourself.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with like pushing yourself, but like I said, if you try it and you realize like it's just not benefiting you, then I don't see any harm in, you know, changing it or stopping. And yes, I know it takes like 21 days or something to form a habit, but at the same time, it's like, again, it wasn't benefiting me. I didn't feel better. I didn't honestly have any more time than I do. Because, like, I can still shower and get ready. And Alaric, like, stays in the, you know, we have the baby gates and stuff. And he's, like, basically in the bathroom with me. So, okay. So, moving on. Read 10 pages of a book a day. That was kind of just something that because I love to read.
I do not.
Yeah. And I kind of miss that I don't read. I just feel like there's so many other things that are distractions.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like hard for me to concentrate on reading. Like, I could read in front of Alaric. Like, I would much rather him see me with like a book in my hand or something than my phone.
Yeah.
But it's so much easier to just like kind of mindlessly scroll or whatever. Whereas like if I'm reading, I
need to actually pay attention and kind of try and stay focused.
Yeah. And I think one of the things like with me is that like being a parent, I feel like I'm like a conscious parenting, I guess. I don't even know if that's like a real thing, but like I'm very intentional with what I say, what I do. And so I always like to really focus on Alaric. Like, I'm always on the ground with him playing, you know, so I don't really want him to see me with distractions. So I feel like reading has kind of been something that I haven't done in a while.
Yeah.
So I'm actually reading a book called Gifted, and it's by Cora Greenwood. And it's basically kind of like I saw it on TikTok actually, and she was the author, and she's like, if you like Divergent, Hunger Games, it's like that, you know, post-apocalyptic dystopia type thing. She's like, read my book. So I ordered it on Amazon, and I'm only like, I don't know, 6 chapters in, and I really like it. And it pulls you in like from the beginning. So that's the kind of books that I like.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm really liking it. So I might be going over the 10-page goal, which is, again, fine. It's just, you know, that was my goal. And it kind of makes it nice because I can bring the book to his therapy sessions, which he's had 2 days a week for an hour. And then I read at night, which, you know, I like it.
I'm sure reading at night also helps you stay off of social media, so.
Yes, definitely.
Even though I still get like 20 TikToks sent to me every night.
No, not every night. That was only last night.
Yeah, I was another night this week.
Okay, well, so Eric doesn't believe me, but every time there's a full moon or like the days leading up to a full moon, I cannot sleep. And he doesn't believe me. And honestly, I didn't even know it was a full moon this week. And I've just been sleeping terribly. Like last night I went to bed at 2 a.m. and I couldn't sleep, but I think it's the full moon. But anyways, workout minimum 5 days a week. That one I've actually been crushing.
Yep. Been to the gym pretty much every night I've been on travel.
Yep. 5 nights. Before I got sick, I was walking, jogging like 5 to 8 miles a day with Alaric, and I really loved it. I felt really good. Felt really good about myself. Thought I looked good. I didn't weigh during that time because I just didn't feel like I needed to.
Yeah. But
since I got sick, and that was like a whole thing, and then we were in Florida and then Indiana and then the holidays, and then it took me a while to kind of feel okay. I guess sepsis kind of messes with you for a long time, but I was doing it a lot before is kind of what I'm getting at. So it wasn't like a huge shift. except for now I'm not just walking and jogging. I'm actually like going to the gym and doing weights and stuff.
Yep.
So I'm trying to build muscle. I think that's totally obtainable. And then like today it was kind of technically the rest day, but we still went on like a mile walk, took him to the park. So
yeah, and it'll be nice too because I'll be home pretty soon, starting in February, and I'll be able to go to the gym every night with you.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that.
Yeah.
So, side note, we got some exciting news. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I start a new job in Houston at the end of the month.
Yep, super excited.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you'll be able to come with me. And if you don't want to come with me, then your parents won't have to watch the baby monitor. So, I think that's the other thing that's kind of hard is like I go to the gym after I put Alark to bed. So it's like 7:30 by the time I'm leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm there for like an hour, maybe an hour and a half total, like that I'm gone.
Yeah.
And then when I get home, I'm not like super tired, I guess.
Take a hot shower when you get home and it'll help relax your body and, you know, get you into that sleep mode.
Yeah. All right. So then my next one is spend less time on social media. Yeah. Well, so that one I think is going to be hard, not only because, so like my personal social media, but I'm about to start my own podcast with my holistic certification that took me 40 weeks to obtain. And so that also means a new Instagram for my business, possibly a TikTok.
A lot of social media.
Yeah, lots of social media. So that one's going to be hard, but I guess maybe if I can stay off of it like on my personal one, and I've tried to go through in the past and like change some things, change some settings, but I'm just not really good at techie stuff. And so there's things that pop up that like I don't feel like is helping me in any way. Such as like body image issues. Like I see all these women that look really good and I'm like, wow, they look really good. And then I feel bad about myself. I know. And yeah, I know. It sucks. Nothing I can do about it. But so kind of want to try and stay off that. And hopefully with like my holistic page and everything, I can just keep it strictly holistic and not have to see any of that stuff and like body positivity, stuff like that. So, yeah, okay, my next one. Go to sleep by 10. Obviously, we've talked about that a couple minutes ago, and
this is just a wash week, apparently.
It is a wash week because of the full moon. And plus, I think I was probably just excited that you were home last night. This was your first week traveling again, and like you were home, and so I was probably just excited about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's kind of hard. It was hard this week to go to bed by 10. Like I tried, and a couple nights I went to sleep by 10. But it's also, like I said, it's kind of hard like after I go to the gym because I feel like I'm kind of awake. And I'm reading a lot. Feel like I don't want to put the book down, but so we'll keep trying that.
Yeah.
So, and then no more water bottles, get a filter. So we haven't actually bought
I was going to say, we still need to do that.
Yeah, we haven't bought the filter yet. And one of the things that we're kind of bad at is like we have multiple water bottles that are like half drink. And I end up usually I will say I'm pretty good about this. I'll put them in my diffuser and then
humidifier.
Well, yes, both my humidifier and my diffuser and Alark's diffuser. So I feel like that's not terrible because I feel like we're not really wasting that much water. But I have been putting the other ones back in the fridge up here just to kind of reuse them in.
Yeah.
But so whenever these water bottles are done, we'll probably go buy our filter.
Fair enough.
All right, enough about me.
Okay, so here are my resolutions. As you all know, we are living with my parents. So one of our goals is to save some money for a down payment to purchase a house next year. Whether it be, December 2023, January 2024, that's about our goal time frame to look at getting a house.
Yep.
Okay, so then this one might sound funny, but I want to brush my teeth twice a day. Once in the morning, once at night. Oral hygiene plays a large part in your overall health, and I always brush my teeth every morning. Like, I can't even eat in the morning until I've brushed my teeth. But I usually struggle to brush my teeth at night because it's just not part of my routine.
I wonder if, because I've always found that like very backwards that you brush your teeth before you eat, but I wonder if it's because you don't brush your teeth at night, like you feel like fuzzies and like extra bad because I always eat and then brush my teeth.
See, no, it's like, I don't know. It's just ingrained into my head. It's like, my thought process. I know that's not true, but it's like, I feel like you're kind of like brushing the food and the sugars into your teeth when you do that.
You have to wait a minute and like.
Yeah, no. So for me, it's just easier. Okay, brush my teeth before I eat and don't even have to think about it afterwards.
Yeah, because you are right. It's just the same with like throwing up. Like if you're not supposed to brush your teeth immediately afterwards.
Okay.
I was in dental for almost 10 years and I kind of know what I'm talking about. So who taught you that? Like to brush your teeth before you ate? Was that just something you did?
You brush your teeth when you wake up in the morning, and that was my routine. My room was upstairs when I was a kid, so it was always get ready, brush your teeth, go down, eat breakfast, catch the bus.
Oh, okay. So they didn't want you to have to go back upstairs, I guess.
That was just my routine. Yep. And that one I've actually been doing pretty good on. I've been able to brush my teeth every night so far. So
yeah.
The next one, I want to drink healthier or better water. So, and this kind of touches on with Sierra's, but not all water is the same. Purified water, which is my favorite, is actually pretty bad for you. It contains additives that just aren't needed and is usually very acidic.
Yep.
Spring water and carbon filtered tap water are actually better for you. Being that water is probably one of the things that we ingest more than anything else, unless you're Sierra. This also plays a major role in your overall health.
I drink so much water.
I asked her, like, jokingly last week, I was like, I don't know how you survive off of Red Bull and sugar.
I don't know. I just do.
Yeah. But,
I drink a lot of water. Don't get me wrong. And I will be very upfront when I come out with my holistic podcast that, yes, I drink a Red Bull and I kind of have this horrible addiction right now to those gummy bears.
Oh, the Haribo gummy bears. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, water, again, I think that's really important that I try to kind of ease out of filtered water and try to drink spring water.
No. So we're not drinking spring water. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
I know it's good for you, but it's so bad. But what did I tell you? I said we need to get a reverse osmosis. I learned about this in school.
The thing downstairs is reverse osmosis.
I know, but we either need to put that in a glass container up here or we need to get our own reverse osmosis filter. Like they have them and you can buy them at the store.
Mm-hmm.
And I totally said that. And you tried to argue with me and I was like, whatever. And then you looked it up and you're like, we should get reverse osmosis. I was like, oh my gosh.
Back to this though. I want to be nicer to Sierra.
You can't even say it without laughing.
I'm nice most of the time, right? But like anybody else, I can get snippy or I can get lost in my tone of voice and be rude or mean to her. So one of my goals is to limit that or...
Just be mindful of how you speak.
Yeah.
Because to kind of piggyback off that, like, I don't want people to think he's like a total douche. Because he's not. Obviously I wouldn't be here if that were the case.
It's how I talk.
Yeah, every male in your family
exactly
does it.
Yes.
Your dad does it to your mom. Aaron and Ryan do it. They do it to me too.
Me and Aaron and Ryan, we all do it to each other too.
You all speak horribly to each other. It's unbelievable. And at one point I was talking to your mom about it and I said I snapped at you one day and I was like, because he was talking to me like I was stupid and she knew what I was saying. And I was like, thank goodness, because there's going to be one day that you're going to talk to me the way that you normally talk to me and I'm going to snap in front of your family. And thank God, I'm sure your dad will think I've lost it. And I swear to God, I don't know what it is, but poor Aaron, whenever Aaron's with us in the car or like when we were at Disney Springs or anything, like anytime Aaron is with us, I feel like I snap at you.
Oh, yeah.
Like so bad. So we were in the Disney Springs parking lot. You lost the keys and you tried to blame it on me. You started talking to me like I was stupid.
I still think she lost them.
We had been in Florida for like a week. We did the Disney. It was just like any parent that takes their child to Disney, it's chaos.
Yeah.
So I was high stressed. I was still sick. Like that was right after sepsis.
Yeah.
And so I snapped and I cussed quite a bit in the Disney Springs parking lot around children. It's not my finest moment. But
she didn't realize where she put the keys because the sepsis was still messing with her head. So
good Lord. Well, anyways, Aaron was there, and so he probably thinks I'm a psycho, and yeah. But I got your mom. She's got my back because she's like, I know.
Yeah, she knows because, like you said, we all do it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you even do it to your mom. Like, y'all do it to your mom.
Yeah.
And that's my point. You need to watch how you talk, because Alaric is going to see that and he's going to think, well, I can talk to my mom like that. And that's just not okay. And that's what I'm saying. I can't punish him because you do it. He'll be like, well, Dad does it.
He's too sweet. He wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I don't think he would.
Lastly, I want to try and act a little more like Sierra.
Also, I did not coerce these. You came up with these on your own.
She didn't. So Sierra is very carefree. She's very kind. You know, she doesn't spend a lot of time worrying about something. Where, you know, me, you know, I'll sit and just concentrate and stress over the one thing. And I think if I can, you know, add a little bit of Sierra's thought and feeling into my day, that, you know, it'll make me a better person.
Well, and I think something that you need to kind of also, if you say you want to be more like me, then kind of try and live in the moment. Like when we were in Disney, and like, I guarantee you were just stressed about money. You were stressed about being there. And that kind of rubs off on me, because unfortunately I absorb everyone's like energy and all that stuff.
You're just one big quartz crystal, aren't you?
Oh, but like, you need to live in the moment more and like enjoy, like, we're already there. And
Yeah.
I think I've said this before too. It's like, I have been so poor and somehow I made it through. My bills were paid. You know, I have a good credit score now. I was working on that. And like, I fed my dog. Like, it was fine. It worked out. I had a car with a really high car payment. I'll add that.
Yeah.
But it's like, all of that stuff, it just works out. Like, we're so lucky. Everything works out for us. So you just kind of need to like live in the moment, and like, money comes and goes. I know money matters.
Yes, to
Insert
most
eye
people
roll.
it does.
Yeah, but you're already there. You've already spent most of the money. Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
And same thing like yesterday when you got home, Alaric was excited to see you. We came up to the TV room, and like, yes, you need a car because you're starting a job at the end of the month. If we're not buying a car this weekend, look at the cars later.
We could have, though.
We could have, but they never said anything back. But that's my point. Like,
Yeah.
put it away, be in the moment, and kind of enjoy it like that. You don't need to fix every single problem right then.
My name is Fix It Felix, and that's what I like to do.
Yep. And I'm steady sloth.
So as far as the hardest one for me to keep, I think it's going to be the healthy water. I've always drank the store brand purified water because it's cheap, and to me it just tastes better. Like, Dasani is one of my favorite waters.
And that's the worst one.
Yeah. And spring water, oh gosh, that just makes me want to throw up.
Yeah, that's bad.
So yeah, I think that one's definitely going to be the hardest. But
you don't think talking to me is going to be the hardest? How you talk to me?
No, I think the water's going to be harder.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not going to say that one's going to be easy, but
well, you didn't do it at the beginning of our relationship.
yeah.
But I've been trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. I was explaining to my friend the other day, we've been treading water and like just trying to survive for the last 2.5 years. Kind of like everybody else, I guess, but we've had a lot of major life changes in the last 2.5 years.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm wondering if that's why you're more stressed than you just snippy snappy at me.
I don't know, maybe. But yeah, I definitely think that my best bet is going to be just drinking filtered tap out of a stainless steel bottle.
Yeah, and that's definitely our goal.
Yeah.
That or glass. I have my favorite glass water bottle. It was from Natural Life. I absolutely loved it. I had it for like a month. And then I was pregnant still. And then I heard something crash out in the garage, and your mom goes, "Oh no." I'm like, "No." I had just set it down, but
You got that one from Buc-ee's though, right?
no, that one broke too.
Well,
Yeah, because I went.
clearly you just shouldn't get glass.
Well, I went to Buc-ee's because I saw that they had the smaller version,
Mm-hmm.
and I got the smaller version, and that one broke at work. Yep, very unfortunate. All right. So, we've talked about our resolutions, and let's talk about some of the stats on resolutions.
Yeah. These are interesting.
Okay, so, believe it or not, only about 38.5% of Americans make yearly resolutions. I feel like that's really hard to believe. Like,
You think that number should be bigger?
yeah, because the gyms are always packed.
Yeah.
And it's always like talked about on the news and on
Yes.
TV.
Yep,
Like
I
New
feel
Year's
like
resolution.
it's super talked about on media.
Yeah. So I'm just like, wow, I feel like it'd be a lot more.
Yeah.
Of those, 52.6% make just one resolution, while the other 47.4% make multiple resolutions.
Yeah. So when we fall into that 47% that made multiple.
Mm-hmm. And the woman that I watched her video,
Mm-hmm.
she said, don't make a laundry list. Like, kind of start small. But
Yeah.
I think ours is like perfect middle ground, like 5 to 6 resolutions. So
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
mm-hmm. All right, and 59% of the people that make resolutions are young adults aging from 18 to 34. I wonder if because like after you're like 34, you're kind of just like, whatever, like my life is how it is, and
Maybe.
can't wait for that. People aged 55 and over are 3.1% less likely to have a resolution at all compared to the young adults.
That's where I feel like it's the people who are just like, well, it is what it is.
Yeah, and those are like the boomers that are
Uh-huh.
like, I'm perfect the way that I am.
Yeah.
54% of parents with children make a resolution. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wonder if my brother and his sister-in-law did.
I don't think, like, if I had to guess, I would say they didn't.
Maybe Amber, though.
Yeah.
She might have. And I wonder if people, like, I guess it also kind of just depends if you call it a New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
Like, you could say, okay, New Year, I want to do this year. I want to accomplish this year. Whether that be something added onto your house or...
Yeah.
So, whether you realize you're making a New Year's resolution, maybe a lot of people do.
Yep. So those are some interesting statistics, but let's talk stats on specific resolutions. The top 3 resolutions that are made are health related, and one study showed that 70% of all resolutions that are made relate to physical health.
Definitely not surprised there.
So, this is good to hear and see because, especially with Sierra getting as sick as she did, right at the end of the year last year, I think something everyone takes for granted is their health.
Yeah, because I was like, other than some of the reason that I had the surgery, other than that, I was like...
Yeah, you were in good shape.
Yep.
You were very healthy. And
Yeah. And then it was like literal deathbed, like could have died.
Yeah. So, and it's funny. So I read this quote somewhere, and I'm pretty sure it was when you were in the hospital. But, it goes like this. We have 2 lives, and the second begins when we realize that we only have one.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, okay. Took me a minute to get it, but now so it's like you're living your first life and you're like, oh, I'm invincible. And then something happens and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I have one life. And
Yep.
then you change. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So back to the stats though. Get ready for all those full gyms because 48% want to exercise more. When it comes to losing weight, 44% of women and 34% of men have this goal.
Guarantee it's higher for women because of all of the social media and
Body imaging and
yes.
yeah.
Even though I know we're in the middle of like a body positive movement, but it's still pretty bad.
Yeah. Okay. And then 23% of men want to focus more on their careers and cutting down on their drinking compared to 19% of women.
Like drinking alcohol?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
So I went to the doctor this past week and I think people are always shocked, like when you don't drink. Like, I don't know, like unless we go out, it's occasional.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I'm just like even when your mom offers it at dinner, like if we have like a more formal dinner, I'm like, nah, I'm okay. But so she was like, going over everything. Do you smoke? No. God, no. Do you drink? I'm like, no. She like gives me side eye and she's like ever? And I'm like, no, really not ever. And she's like, how often would you say you drink? And I'm like, I don't know the last time I did drink. It might have been when oh, well, yeah, you're right.
Or day after New Year's. It was less than a week ago.
But that was such a one-off.
Yeah.
And that was because you basically bought it for me at the gas station and brought it home.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I don't drink. But you don't really drink either, so.
No, I mean, I don't drink a lot, but I feel like alcohol is kind of a waste of money. So unless you're ready to waste it or whatnot, then what's the point?
Okay. So, let's talk about how we feel about resolutions.
Okay.
So it was kind of funny. Like I said at the beginning, I don't think we've done resolutions since we've been together.
No, I don't think we have.
And we honestly didn't even talk about it. We both just kind of did it. And I texted you because I think you'd already been gone. Like I think you were already.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah. And I was like, hey, these are my resolutions. And you're like, that's really crazy because I actually wrote down some too.
Yep.
So that was really funny that we both did that this year without really
talking to each other about it.
Yeah. So like I said, we haven't really done them. So, and I don't think I've ever done them in the past either. Even before I met you. So do I think they're important? I think it just depends on the person. Like, if you have a goal you want to reach, like the new year is a perfect time to start it. Clean slate per se. So
yeah, I mean, I don't feel like they're important per se, but again, like it just goes.
Like you mean you can start a goal at any time?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think that you have to wait for the new year to make a resolution and set goals for yourself. Feel free to do that at any point, any time of the year, any time of your life, because why wait?
Yep. And then just like if you are trying to go to the gym, well, I'll start on Monday or I'll start on Sunday. Well, why not start on Thursday?
Yeah. That's something else. It's like, you want to know the easiest way to fail? By saying I'll start tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah. I mean, heck yeah. It's like the whole joke that the worst thing an adult can say is, I'll kick ass in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, oh boy.
Don't wait. Do it now.
Exactly. Okay, so how important is it to keep them?
So that's different. I think, once you've set that goal, and this also goes back to your resolutions, but if it adds value, if it benefits you, then I think it's really important to keep it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. If it adds value, if it benefits you, if it makes you happy,
yep.
If you feel better, definitely keep it. Like, try your best to keep it. But if it's not adding value, if it's kind of making it harder on you, don't feel bad about tossing it.
Yeah. So speaking of tossing it, how many people do you think fail at their resolutions?
I'm going to say probably 35%.
So I think that's actually pretty close.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. I said 35%.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see. Let's see here.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll come back.
Yeah. So I have some of the statistics on that, though. Okay, so it was shown that only 9% of people successfully keep their resolutions.
Oh my gosh, 9?
Only 9%.
Wait, I said 35. Well, that's what fails, right?
Yeah, but I mean, if you do that math, then 91% of people fail.
Whoa.
I was looking at some other numbers down here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that's...
Okay, say that again just so we all can,
only
grasp it.
9% of people successfully keep their resolution.
Wow.
23% quit after the first week.
Oh my goodness.
64% after the first month. And 43% just kind of expect to give up in February.
Wow. So does that also so say with mine, would I technically be on the failed list because I tossed out wake up at 5 a.m.?
I mean, for that one.
Okay, so that's per one resolution. It's not like all of them.
I mean, it didn't specifically say in that study, but
it's probably one resolution.
So, and this is just a kind of a funny fact, but most people actually quit on the second Friday of the month in January, which has sneakily been named Quitter's Day.
That's hilarious. And I guess that makes sense because you're 2 weeks in and it's a Friday night and you're like, screw it.
Exactly. Yeah, oh exactly.
Gosh. So this whole week, the gym has been packed.
Yes, and then we went last night.
Yep, and it was dead.
It was. There was 10 people in there. Yeah. I was like, is it always like this? And she was like, no.
Yeah, like the Thursday night that I went, the night before last, it was so packed. I had to go to the 30-minute workout room to use equipment.
Yeah.
Because everything else was taken. And then last night when we went, there was nobody there.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was shocked.
Okay, so clearly we see a lot of people that give up, but why is that? One study showed the top reason, coming in at 35%, is losing motivation.
This is where I saw the 35%, and I was like, oh, you might be close. Apparently, it was just one reason why people give up.
Yeah, and I can kind of understand that, because, like, I'm definitely the person that's like, all right, I've been working out for a week. Why haven't I noticed any results?
Yep.
And, like, I have been like that in the past, but now I kind of feel like I'm understanding how your body works and everything. So, yeah, I can see that. Another reason is 19% say they are too busy.
Yep.
Again, see, I hate that. I hate that one, because I totally understand it. I was talking with my friend, and she's like, I want to do this and this and this. And I'm like, yeah, I totally get it. Like, we don't have enough hours in the day, but this world is just so fast paced and so busy that, yeah, people are just way more busy than they used to be.
Yeah.
Okay. And then 18% change their goals or their priorities.
Yeah. So, and that one's more understandable, I guess you would say.
Yeah. And I kind of wish they'd give like a grace period. Like, you got to try it out, and if you don't know how it's going to go, you don't know how it's going to fit into your life.
Right.
And, if it's something you're just not interested in doing, like maybe you thought you would like scrapbooking, or you thought you would like sewing, or I don't know.
Uh-huh.
And then you realize you don't. And then you're like, well.
Yeah, scratch that.
Yeah. Successful individuals are likely to have slip-ups, but that's okay because they bounce back quick.
Yeah, so when I was actually kind of going through and reading the information out of this study and whatnot, and the article, it said that successful individuals who do keep their resolutions generally have 2 to 3 slip-ups. So, if you've got a resolution where it says, oh, I'm going to go to the gym 5 nights a week, but maybe you only go 4 nights a week one week.
Right.
The next week you're going to go 5 nights. You're not going to miss another night. So, yeah, slip-ups like that.
Yeah, and I mean, again, some things just happen, and that goes back to not beating yourself up. Like, well, I broke my goal, so now I'm just not doing it all anymore. So,
yeah.
And I'd get that, because like I said, I was like doing really good, and before I got sick, and then tried to get back in it. So,
yep.
I slipped up for 8 weeks.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah. So you never know when things are going to happen. You just got to bounce back and get back in it.
Yep. Life happens, and that's okay.
Yep.
New Year's resolutions are a tradition that dates back 4,000 years to the Babylonians, who celebrated the first barley harvest. And I think we can see that resolutions are still a clear and present tradition in today's times. When making resolutions, it seems important to plan for it, look ahead, set goals, milestones, and try to set yourself up for achievement and success rather than failure. I think, again, going back onto it, don't set unobtainable goals. Start small, even if it's just to create confidence in yourself. So, I think that's really important. And, I was kind of joking with you the other night. I was like, why 5 nights? Why not start with 3?
Yeah. But then I was jog walking almost 6 days anyways.
Yeah. I mean, I have no doubt that you'll be able to do 5 nights, but.
Yeah. But yeah, I get it. Start out small, kind of make sure it's. And that was what the psychologist also said.
Mm-hmm.
She said, she didn't quote this. She didn't say, don't go balls to the wall.
Right.
And, say, oh, I'm going to make myself so much healthier. I'm going to take all of these supplements. I'm going to do it every single day. And I'm going to work out and blah, blah, blah. She's like, a perfect way to start a habit is to start out small and just think, oh, well, I'm going to take my multivitamin, try it and remember it as much as I can. And when I remember it, then I take it. And that's kind of how you start it out.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually the habit will form and you'll do it every single day.
Yep.
So kind of like, brushing your teeth at night. If you slip up, don't get all upset, because you're still forming that habit.
Yeah. So we hope everyone had a happy holiday, and we wish you all a happy new year. Here's to 2023. And to start the year right, be sure to go to our Instagram at ACS Entertainment LLC and let us know what topics you want us to talk about this year.
Yeah, so I think we're going to kind of switch it up a little bit. Literally any suggested topic we'll probably talk about.
Yeah.
But if you want to hear events that happened, we can cover those.
Yeah, and for events like that, we're talking about her perspective versus my perspective, or, maybe storyline events where if they do have perspectives from a bystander versus somebody that was in the event.
Yeah, or just conversate, we can just go back and forth and see how it goes. But
so be sure to click that link in our bio to get all those great earthly products, and check out our YouTube for other entertainment. Be sure to tune in soon for another new episode of He Said, She Said.